Okay, we're recording. Today, we're very happy to have Dave Cormack, who is the chair of Aberdeen Football Club and also a friend of the University of Aberdeen. Today, he will tell us a little bit of what Aberdeen Club has done to navigate this pandemic and have a successful strategy. So, what have you done, Dave?
Well, hi, Ignacio. It's always good to see you. Um, well, as we've kind of discussed before, when you hit a challenge in any business, so to speak, and this pandemic none of us could have foretold, then you do one of two things. You either kind of, sit and pray and stick your head in the sand, or you take a step back and take a really close look at the things that matter in any business. And so for the football club, this was an opportunity for us to really look hard at everything we do and why we do it. We were in the fortunate position and are still in the fortunate position that we're a well-run club financially. We've no debt. And we've managed to get through the pandemic together. And by together, I mean investors, or corporate clients or supporters. Our fan base has just been absolutely amazing in supporting the club. And I think we've got through this through being really open and transparent with all of our stakeholders about what we're facing and how we're going about it. And one of the things we decided early on as being a community club was that we would be at the heart of our community. So we, rather than furloughing staff, we had 20 staff in a call center between the club and our community trust that were made 20,000 calls to the community. We raised hundreds of thousands of pounds, and we're delivering food from mass those people in need. So we, as a core of this, at the center of this, we wanted to be part of our community because the community is critical to the club.
Well, it's a fantastic thing that Aberdeen Football Club is not just about football. It's about enhancing and about reaching out, about getting to know the kids. Since I arrived in Aberdeen, I've been surprised by it being a family business, really, a place where families go.
Yes, and so listen, I think that we have the ability, football has the ability to be a magnet for improving people's lives, whether it be younger kids, adolescents, and behavior and healthy kind of living itself through to adults. The club, the community trust itself won 2 major awards in Europe. First
Really?
of all, yeah, we got the European Club Association Best Professional Community Club a couple of years ago. And last season, UEFA, it was an inaugural event, UEFA named Aberdeen FC Community Trust as effectively the Champions League winners with its Alzheimer's program as best community club in Europe. And so,
Congratulations on that.
yeah, and so whilst that in and of itself is nice to get recognition for the club and for the trust, it means that we're doing the right thing by our community. There's 500,000 people in the northeast, Aberdeenshire, the Grampian region, and we feel it's incumbent upon us to give back, and that's what we focused on as a core strategy through the pandemic, and as a result of that, indirectly, we saw our season ticket holders basically remain the same level as the year before, without any guarantee of seeing a game this season. And we've actually seen our AberDNA initiative, which puts the money into the football operation, grow from 5,500 to almost 6,500 fans that are donating an average of £16 a month to help the club. So, but more importantly, as a family club, we feel we need to be at the heart of our community, and the community trust that we have is doing that.
And how does this work with the community interact with the football itself?
Well, so first of all, the community trust employs 20, 30, 40 coaches. these coaches are carrying out programs in Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire schools. So there's a direct connection there with the kids in terms of programs that we're executing in many cases on behalf of Aberdeenshire. A lot of people don't know this, but the Aberdeen FC Community Trust actually manages and delivers all of the primary schools football for Aberdeenshire and Aberdeen. So we're already at the heart of the community through those programs. And what we're trying to do now is nurture those relationships. For example, in the space of 2 months, we've gone from 0 to 6,000 primary school children being members of Aberdeen Football Club. It's a free program, and it allows us to nurture our fans of the future. They get two vouchers to come to games through the season. And if we were outside the pandemic, all of these kids would have had the chance to come through the front door at Pittodrie Stadium and effectively sign for the Dons, go through a photo shoot with our family. And we just feel it's the right way for us, as people have so many things to do, Ignacio, with our time at weekends now versus when I was a kid, it was just football, right? It's the right thing for us to do. But at the core of it, you need to have a belief in your own folk, so to speak. And that's at the core of who we are as a club. We're a family club.
I bet you it reminds you of you being a kid and going in the stadium to see Aberdeen Football Club.
Yeah, listen, your life just seems to pass you by. We've talked about this before. I'll be 62 in January. And I remember my first game to this day, 1969, Aberdeen Dundee United at Pittodrie. It was a 0-0 draw, but I was so excited. And so I could imagine myself as a 7-year-old being invited in to join the club and to come through the photo shoot, signing for the Dons and seeing the players and the coaching staff. And so, it's I was talking to somebody the other day, and it's interesting because, I was 41 years old before I was ever in the main stand at Pittodrie, which is where the players and the directors and those people, that's the expensive seats, so to speak. I was 41 years old before I actually entered that, as a fan. But no, we're excited about what we can do as a club moving forward. In a business sense, we have just signed off on implementing a customer relationship management system. Football clubs, Ignacio, none of their systems talk to each other, right? So the ticketing system, it's not Aberdeen. The ticketing system doesn't talk to the retail system, doesn't talk to the commercial system. Well, we're embarking on a project now that within 18 months, we will have one single sign-on where all the systems talk to each other. So we'll know, for example, if you're a season ticket holder, we'll know if you're a season ticket holder, where you are, we'll know what you spend in the shop, we'll know if you're a DNA member as well. And so we're making good progress. The pandemic itself it's probably hit us for £7 or £8 million that ideally would have been put to good use with a new stadium. But we're taking a deep breath. We're focusing on the right things. We've delivered Cormack Park, which cost us £14 million, state-of-the-art training facility and community facility, and we're still debt-free. So, we'll get through this.
We have about a minute left. How do you see the football and the team in the next coming year?
Well, look, our aspiration as a club is to be a UEFA top 100 club. We're about 177 right now. It's a tall order, but you have to have aspirations.
Of course.
And listen, Celtic and Rangers spend maybe about 60 or 70 million a year on wages. We spend about 10 million a year, which is more than any other club, I believe. But we have to find a way of leveling the playing field that isn't going to bridge that gap of 50 million. And we do that through having a good strategy from youth development to investing in young players. we set out a strategy this season, which the manager Derek is doing a great job with, which is to play an attacking, entertaining style of play. And we've got the squad of players now to execute that. So we started the season off pretty well. You'd love to win a trophy as an aspiration every season. But really for us, it's about playing well, playing entertaining football, and qualifying for Europe to have another go at becoming one of the top 100 clubs.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much for the conversation today, Dave.
Yeah, always good to talk to you, Ignacio. Thank you.